And now, for something a little bit special while I finish getting myself sorted out, courtesy of my friend /V2.
When the daylight fades and the room goes dim, there's a glow from the screen and the vibes sink in. He logs in slow with that subtle spark. Here comes the man crouched after dark. He's rarely there, but when he is, it's a holy event, yeah, the realest biz. You blink, you miss it, that's just the drill. But when he drops in, you feel the thrill. One stream per sub-cycle, that's how he rolls. Mysterious rhythm takes the latest goals. Not too loud, not too long, he owns the calm. Sipping sweet victory in a Tim Tam slam. He's got that Latin silent awe, like monks at memes or cats at law. Came out of sync, no fuss, he's still a work of art. That quiet chaos crouch after dark. No daily cries, no empty flare. He streams like legends used to dare. With one-liner hits and pauses clean. He's the chill in the caffeine dream. One stream per sub-cycle, that's how he rolls. Never chasing clout, just chasing goals. A biscuit dunk, then down the jam. Fueling the soul with a Tim Tam slam. He might not stream for days or weeks, but when he does, the silence speaks. Was it worth it? You bet it was. He drops one stream and earns applause. One stream per sub-cycle, they're like gold. A story whispered, a legend told. In every slam and every camless spark, we raise our cups to crouch after dark.
I'm muted. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I was saying one stream per sub-cycle by /V2 on Sumo. Oh, it's been raining out here. The ground's wet. Look at this dude just flying overhead. That's what we want to see. Action.
Keep it going, people.
Only some of that song was true. Hashtag 1SPSS, one stream per sub-cycle. Look at this ground. It's all shiny and wet. How is everybody? Good evening. Kicking things off a little late tonight. I haven't slept properly today. I sort of passed out. Well, I didn't pass out. I was sort of nodding in and out of sleep as I was laying on the couch earlier on, as I was reading through some of my flight manuals, catching up on my my studies. When I fell asleep in my chair here for a little bit, I was watching some YouTube. And I've got a little bit of second wind, so I thought, look, let's jump into some old Star Citizen. Episode 3 of A Life Uncharted. With Curtis Crouch. I got a little bit frustrated yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before, towards the end of episode 2 with Star Citizen. And it certainly showed through. But you know, it comes and goes, the old frustration with this ridiculous game. Let's organise ourselves some music. And then we shall get into some random adventures. How is everybody, by the way? Good evening, Metaphysical, my friend, Mr. Dark Acorn. Hello, Uncle Crouch. How are you, Acorn? Dogs13, my friend. I hope you are well. Julia joining us. Julio joining us on the old YouTube. Metaphysical, you were in Pyro earlier. Cracked a 40k, 26% quant rock. Oh, where's this going? 26% quant rock soul in my mole. Nice payday for me. Yes! I was waiting for the drama. How is everybody? Good evening. You know how we kick things off here at Crouch After Dark. We have, from day one, never missed a stream. It has been up for debate, though. The good old Tim Tam Slam, as referenced in /v2's AI song from Sumo. The good old Tim Tam Slam. Well, I know we're all dying to hear what a Tim Tam is. And if, my friends, you are not aware, a Tim Tam, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 chocolate biscuits with a little bit of chocolate in the middle. Then it's all wrapped up in golden chocolate. Well, it's not really golden, is it? Chocolate, which makes this the most delicious Australian biscuit. And I shall admit it's been shamelessly ripped off from the good old British penguin in 1964 or somewhere thereabouts. We Googled it the other day. We're going to use this biscuit. It's hard to imagine. Like a straw. What the? We're going to bite off the opposite corners of this biscuit. It's going to expose the inside and allowing it to act like said straw. We're going to slurp up our favourite hot drink. In my case, I've got some hot chocolate because I've already eaten a packet of sweets and a block of chocolates. I need more sugar. It's going to melt the inside of this biscuit. It's going to melt the chocolate. Oh, good Lord, it's going to turn it into a gooey, delicious mess. We're going to put it in our cake hole. We're going to wrap our laughing gear around this biscuit, and it's going to be entirely delicious. And then we shall explore a little bit of Star Citizen 4.2 using my custom system, A Life Uncharted, which is now also in its 2nd edition. Last episode, we gave away a bunch of cash to the viewers on Twitch or YouTube. The good old guild fees. The expenses, which I think at the end of the last episode surmounted to, what, 11,000? So it's certainly not making anybody rich. But it's a nice way to thank the viewers for chilling out with me here. We Googled it last month, did we, Acorn? Let's go. Here we are. Now, it's... Oh, I'm a little bit wet. Ooh. It's a new patch, 4.2. We're going to make a quick detour. Oh, hang on. Yes, first, before we get too carried away, let's get our expenses sorted out. We need a mortgage repayment here at Lawville. Let's log that expense. We need some public transportation here at Lawville because they still don't trust us on the trains. Let's log that expense. Let's get ourselves a filter in here and only show us expenses that haven't been paid. So there we go. Straight off the bat, 5,500 credits worth of expenses in the log. Let's head on down to Tammany and Sons. That's when I last streamed, wasn't it, Acorn? One stream per sub cycle. My dear friend. I think I've done... We did 2 streams this week, didn't we? We did one on... I keep saying Monday, but really it's Tuesday morning. And then again on... Thursday morning. We missed Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. Is it Friday night? It's Friday night. So we've been getting a few streams in, early morning streams, Australian time, which has been enjoyable. Chilling out with a handful of people. I reckon we should buy some noodles too. I'm going to pop into Tammany & Sons and pick ourselves up some ammo. Maybe a couple of bottles of Cruise, but we do want to duck out and see if we can pick up some water and some other foods. But yes, towards the end of yesterday's stream, I got a little bit frustrated as we were looking for some frickin' Tundra Copion out on Microtech. Dogs13, you've been out looting PAF sites, have you? Platform alignment facilities, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get your components back. Or that you lost in the update, hey? What are these people down here purchasing? They're re-equipping themselves after the 4.2 patch went live this morning. Did a little bit of overtime at work last night. Worked for 11 and a half hours. I would have done the full 12 hours, but I had to be back in time to get the ninja ready for school. So I couldn't do the full 12 hours. 3.5 hours of OT. Lovely. Putting that in the kitty. I'm going to restart my flight training when the spring comes around. So I'm trying to squirrel away funds. Because it's freaking expensive, man. It's so ridiculous. Last time I looked, I got a feeling I remember it being $275 per hour for members of the Cantonero Club and $315 for non-members. But when I looked, it's now gone up to $400 for non-members and $375 for members. It's crazy talk. It's obviously cheaper if you have your own plane, but planes cost a little bit of money. Actually, a small little plane it's not a huge amount of money. In comparison to airplanes, you're still talking sort of 60, 70 grand. That's a hell of a lot of money. But when you think about planes, right? Come on, people, will you just hurry up in here or do I have to push in? What's going on? Are you guys just standing around? Oh, maybe they're trying to sell gear. Maybe they got some weird macro running. All right, what do we really need from here right now? We need a couple of bottles of Cruise.
Never mind.
Just to keep ourselves going. I did want to buy some ammo. Because we don't have any ammo. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to see if there's some tasks available. I was thinking earlier, well, I was going to say this afternoon, but it really wasn't all that long ago. Excuse me. That there is a mission, I think, for Hurston Dynamics to go clear out copions from caves. So I thought if I can try and pick up or build my reputation for Hurston Dynamics, I might be able to get access to those caves and then do some bit of rock mining in there. Planes cost a lot more than the purchase price too. Maintenance and fuel costs are not cheap either, and you have to keep your plane in tip-top shape. Indeed, there's a whole bunch of regular maintenance. One of the, well, three of the big things that you want to look for if you're thinking about purchasing a plane is the TTAF, the total time on airframe, how long the airframe itself has been flying. And then you have your engine, which requires a 100-hour, it's called your 100 hourly. They need to have a proper inspection and maintenance every 100 hours. And depending on the engine type, they sort of range between 500 and 1,000 hours. You have a full rebuild that's required. And then you also have your prop time. But props, you know, between rebuilds on your prop is quite a significantly higher number of hours than your engine is. And depending on the type of aircraft you have, whether you want to have something that's VH registered, so if you register a plane here in Australia, it ends up with a VH registration. All Australian planes are VH. New Zealand, for example, is ZK. And then you're in for a whole nother world of pain. Whereas if you register something that's perhaps experimental or in the light sport aircraft category, then the restrictions or the rules on maintenance, on self-maintenance, on who can do maintenance on your aircraft are slightly different. If you have a VH registered aircraft, then anything you want to put in that aircraft needs to be, you know, certified down to the screw. So if you have like a little Cessna 172 or something like that, and you want to replace the bloody bulb in the landing gear or whatever, then it's got to be a legit bulb. Whereas if you're flying something that's experimental or registered in the experimental class or the light sport aircraft class, then the restrictions are a little bit more lenient. But it is by no means a cheap hobby. All right, we want to grab ourselves a little bit of P4. And then depending on what type of, you know, engine you have, you'll either be running avgas or you might have an engine that is MOGAS certified, something like a Rotax or something like that. I'm quite keen to build myself a little Kit Fox or a KFA or you know, something like that. Something I can do with my old man in his retirement. I think we spoke about this previously. We built a couple of remote control planes together. Would be quite a thing to build ourselves a plane. Little twin-seater Kit Fox would be nice. Series 7 Super Sport would be fun. They might be broken heads. What? On the last stream, there might be broken heads up. And you have hangar fees, rebuild fees. Oh, they do aircraft engine rebuilds is insane indeed. Yep. If it's light enough, there are no regulations. Could never be a pilot, hey Meta. My brain doesn't function at the level necessary. No, that's not true, mate. Flying is relatively straightforward. In fact, it's very, very easy. To actually pilot a small aircraft is very, very easy. All the other things, and you know, to reach a level of competency to achieve your PPL, your private pilot's license, it's really accessible to anybody. But if you want to go further than that, or if you want to pick up different sorts of ratings, like if you want to just get your PPL and fly under VFR conditions using visual flight rules, it's easy. Flying a plane is easy. But when you want to go beyond that, if you want to start, you know, getting into the realms of night flying or IFR, you're looking at different ratings. You know, if you want to move up from like a piston engine to a turboprop, then things start getting a little bit more intense. You know, you've got all your meteorological conditions that you need to start understanding. If you want to move beyond your PPL to a CPL, and work commercially as a pilot, then that's when things start getting a bit intense. But anyone can learn to fly. It's really just about repetition. Really, that's all it is. Flying is process and procedure. And the more you do it and the more you repeat radio calls and all that sort of stuff and you understand, you know, when you need to do those, it just becomes habit, right? It's process and procedure. Even, you know, when I'm on board one of the freighters and you see the pilots in the cockpit and they're doing all their pre-flights and, you know, running through the checklists, they're all still looking at checklists. They know the checklists, but, you know, they're still running through them on the bloody little cards, beep, beep, or on their iPads. It's just process and procedure. Right, we bought ammo. Mining tool. We need a mining tool, a mining attachment, because if we do end up getting into some caves, we're going to need a mining attachment. It's like driving a car, but 3D. Yep. Especially a small little prop plane like a Cessna or a Piper or something like that. Am I at Tammany's? I am at Tammany's. I do have a tractor beam meta. I've got a tractor beam. We just bought the mining attachment. We bought some crews. I want to get some proper food when we get out and about. We got some ammo. Oh! Can I look up Sterling at Tammany's, please? Sterling suit is the new red suit. Okay, let's have a look. I've realized why there's dead bodies all over Lawville. No Sterling suit here. They are NPCs that people have somehow figured out how to kill. And I know this because I saw somebody kill an NPC earlier on and steal his clothes. And then I found an NPC that had been killed, but nobody has stolen his clothes. So I stole his clothes, and I'm currently wearing them. So the dead bodies, maybe some of them are players, but people have figured out a way to kill NPCs and steal their clothes. Fun times! According to the patch notes of 4.2, no Sterling suits here, Acorn. No rad suits available at Lawville. Of course, why would they give their population here at Lawville protection from radiation? That's just nonsense talk. I forgot what I was saying. NPCs. I can't remember what I was saying. Good job, Crouchy. You also saw an NPC on a train at New Babbage Meta. Fun times indeed. I did see in chat when I logged on, I don't know, maybe this morning after work, real quick or something. I did see in the chat somebody say, since when did NPCs ride around on trains? That, my friend, is going to be a good day indeed. When we get actual NPCs moving around the verse. Right. Here are the clothes that I stole from that NPC. It's just a very simple outfit for our simple man, Mr. Curtis Crouch. Now, all right, we're wandering around aimlessly right now. Let's go check out the hospital, see if they've got any tasks available for us. Clips here, my friend. How are you? Well. Good morning. Good evening. I hope you are having a wonderful day. He looks like the type of dude who'd steal stuff. 100%. Crap. You know, Curtis has stolen heaps of crap, I'm sure.
Person Dynamics encourages all employees to update their imprint regularly. It is not only a great way to prevent work interruptions, but it is considerate to your coworkers and can help minimize
we need a
side effects
baku-paku.
from regeneration. Together,
We need a
can make sure
baku-paku.
that you leave a lasting
We need this
imprint
guy's
for
clothes.
others.
I don't think I've got any armor or anything here. Oh, hang on. A little bit of public nudity.
In her book,
Luckily not
Dynamics
playing
of
on
a
Argo's
Radical
account.
Life, Maria Thurston showed
Can I
that
get something in this
health
core?
isn't merely the concern of the individual. It takes everyone working together to build
What's happened to Argo, everyone? Where's everyone's favourite
That's
bogan
why
gone?
Kirsten Dynamics is so proud
You are
to carry
fined
on
one
a lasting
for
legacy
violation
at
of the
Maria Pure of Heart Hospital,
No.
where we all work together for better health.
Someone to check my imprint and make sure it's working. They said the ship was supposed to be safe.
They've been doing that NPC killing trick for a while now. Calypsia fining Mr. Curtis for public nudity. Yeah, I'm not sure how far I'll go with the rules for Curtis.
There is one single piece of vital equipment that is often the very last to get repaired.
We're going to go full nude right
Of
now.
course, was talking about the human body.
Ooh.
That's why yearly wellness checks
See if we
are
can
so
grab this
important,
guy's clothes.
not only for your health, but the health of Hurston Dynamics.
Fine. I'll let my manager know. I'll send you a call or something.
I want to talk to a doctor or a scientist or someone who knows what the hell is going on. How am I supposed to know if some of the weird side effects of
This
Sure,
guy's looking a little
we
bit
all
like
want
Argo
to
almost,
work
getting
on
ready for
our
work.
But overdosing on stimulants is not the answer.
I've had enough.
From a higher chance of
Yes.
accidents and mistakes to
A little bit of
dangerous
theft.
performance
All right, what have
quality
these
of
guys
work.
got?
Hurston
Obviously, there's no
Dynamics reminds
scientists here.
employees that too many stims slows you down.
All right, let's have a look in our activity log. We are currently at Lawville. Are there any tasks available here? Oh, there's a salvage contract. Not that we can really do a great deal of salvage at the moment.
A visionary in her generosity and a philanthropic inspiration to the millions of lives she's touched. This hospital is proud to be named after the unparalleled
I mean, the only way we
Maria
can do
Hurston.
this salvage contract
To honor
is
her work
with
and her memory, we will be sharing select excerpts
a cameo.
of the seminal work, Dynamics of a Mindful Life, throughout the day.
imprint and make sure it's
We
working.
encourage you to listen
Look, we'll
with
accept
an
it.
open mind and a pure heart.
Let's add a filter here.
I'll see what I can do.
We'll show any active contracts. So we're going to get 4 reputation if we finish this
Sorry,
contract.
Nothing.
Welcome to the Maria Pure of Heart Hospital, a non-profit medical facility dedicated to improving the health of all members of the extended Hurston Dynamics
let's have a look.
family of employees.
Bit of a shame that there's no other salvage contracts available here in Stanton outside of just these ship ones. I guess it doesn't really matter. Her L5's on the other side. Mick L3 is kind of near us. Arc L1. Let's grab Arc L1.
Maria Hurston encouraged all
It would be sweet if we could have some of the salvage contracts that are available in Pyro
I will be
in terms
grateful
of
for the care
going to
given.
settlements to
I will focus on my positive
hand
energy
salvage
rather than
those
on
little
pain.
bits of scrap that they have.
I will put my faith in those responsible.
But alas, at the moment we do not. All right, let's head on down to what the hell is is it Cletus? Is his name Cletus, the guy in reclamation and disposal? It's Moz away again. I have no doubt Moz has been playing some Dune Awakening, right? No doubt, no doubt. I did have a bit of a look at it in the old Steam. I've looked at it a couple of times now. Haven't pulled the trigger yet. Haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be honest. I mean, obviously after my frustration yesterday, it would make sense to have a look for another game. So is was this guy's name Cletus?
Apologies. The air is especially dreadful today. Still alive, I think. Hello, welcome to Reclamation and Disposal. My name is Clovis Dynelli.
Clovis.
Wonderful to meet you.
Clovis. So his dialogue actually hasn't been working. It wasn't
And,
working.
How may I help you?
Looking for work, buddy.
me think. Well, I'm loath to dash your hopes, but the job well seems to have
Yes,
run
no
dry. for the
contracts.
moment.
So that's interesting because when we've been trying this fellow in the past, his contracts haven't, like his voice lines haven't been working, but obviously in 4.2 they forgot to remove them. Yeah, so coming back to Calypsia's fine for public nudity. Look, I think I should play by the same rules, right? I think I should play by the same rules. So in that case, Calypsia, if you want to put your name in chat, if you want the 1,000 credits for the fine, put your name in chat. Otherwise, I'll add it to the expense log. So the expense log that we've got here, right? Let's come back to a Life Uncharted. We've got our expenses here. All right, let's I'll put another entry in here for find. Breach of or orderly conduct is a 1,000 credit fine. So if Mr. Curtis gets fined, I will give the person who is fining him the option. Let's hide those rows again. Of either receiving the fine themselves or adding it to the expenses. And then at the end of the session, when we pay our expenses, I will give the entire expenses due to that person at the end of the stream. Or if you want the 1,000 credits for your fine, you can let me know in the chat and you shall receive the credits for the fine. It is only 1,000 credits, but it's a little bit of fun. All right, let's head on over to the admin office. We picked up a salvage contract, which is of no use to us. Sadly. Well, little use. Little use. I can't imagine that selling containers of SRT containers or canisters of RMC is any different than it has been in the past, i.e. not working properly. We'll head on over to the admin office, then we'll duck over to the L19. Residence Tower down there to go see if they've got any work down there. We are a couple of reputation points short of unlocking their location. All right, let's have a look. Activity log. Lawville. Give me something. Damn it! All assignments filled. All assignments have been allocated to other agents. Maintain readiness and check back later. Or ask at other offices. Someone might have something. Alright. We really need another contract. We're a couple of reputation points short. We've got the cashback dollary dues to unlock a distribution center. Unless, of course, we pick up a mission that takes us to a different location. You listen to the cricket, are you, Meta? Test cricket from England. England versus India. If it was Australia versus India, I'd be barracking for Australia. But given it's England versus India, let's go India. Look at the puddles of water on the ground. Going to be interesting to get out there. Once we eventually get out there, see some rain. Acorn's having some biryani tomorrow. Meta's barracking for India too, because bombs. All right, let's go check with this fella down here. Then we've done the hospital, reclamation and disposal, the admin, and the L19 residence office.
Feels like I haven't seen you.
And then the last place we can check is New Deal. Now, the Geo is available. We are in Lawville. Does this guy have any work? He does! This guy's a legend, man. Every time I come here, he's always got a contract, and it's always been a mercenary contract. Let's go! Yes, sir. Let's add that to the Mobi-Glass. Let's find out what it is. Contracts. A mercenary contract. Okay, so this is where we can pick up those cave missions. Not this one, reduce overpopulation. I think I'm going to have to build my reputation with Hurston Dynamics. I'm pretty sure... Okay, so I'm a security trainee. I'm pretty sure it's Hurston Dynamics that offers like the kill cave copion missions. Okay, let's assist in defending a site. Yeah, we've got some armor, we've got some weapons. This is going to unlock a location for us as well, which is perfect. HDSF Hiram. So if we want to sneak back here and do a little murdering, we can. I don't know why we'd want to sneak back to this facility. All right, lovely. Let's go climb aboard. Good old Melissa's Revenge. And head on out. We've picked ourselves up a contract. All right, so let's come back. This contractor is going to pay us. Yes, 6 rep. That's exactly what we need. No guild rep, unfortunately. We'll get paid 44 grand. Guild's going to take care. Oh, yeah, I need to update that sheet, don't I? The guild's going to take 60% of that, unfortunately, which will get paid to somebody in chat. Actually, I guess, you know what I could do? Instead of paying it along the way, right? Although it's nice to pay it along the way. So far, this is episode 3, right? So far, whenever we've had these contracts, these missions, Rhino, my friend, how are you? Good morning. Whenever we've had these contracts, we've always paid the guild fee to somebody in chat. And at the end of the last couple of episodes, we've paid the expenses to somebody in chat. But I guess, you know, so that's the options. As we continue to move forward and we do more contracts and, you know, we just pay out, once the contract is completed and we get paid, then we pay out the guild fee. Right now, I'm an initiate with all of the guilds. So I'm an initiate, in this case, with the Mercenary Guild. They're going to take 60% of this fee. I'm going to get paid. And then I pay that to somebody in chat. Or we add it to the expense log. That's an expense that needs to be paid at the end of the session. And then we just make one payment at the end of the stream to somebody who's watching, and we pay out all the expenses to them.
Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
Let's go to HDSF Hiram. All right, while we're waiting for the train, let's go have a look at our locations. Let's bring up
Trespassing or attempting to trespass
Hurston.
on train tracks is a serious and dangerous
HDSF
offense.
Hiram has been discovered.
Now arriving from Tisa Spaceport.
Let's
Stand
go.
by and let passengers disembark before boarding. Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
I kind of like this approach now with using the tasks to, you know, get us into the game using the Mobi Glass. getting out and about to do things. We're also using it as a method to discover locations. Just as just as I would hope that as you're out exploring about and you're doing things, you're unlocking locations on the star map. And then if we want to, we also have the option that as we build our reputation, to unlock locations that perhaps we haven't had a contractor visit yet. Maybe when you get some spare cash again, I'm going to order an Indian feed. It's been way too long since I had a nice curry. We've got a beautiful restaurant near us called Maharaja's, and that's where we get all our Indian food from. They're so good. So good. Could really enjoy a chicken biryani right now. Or maybe just a little bit of plain rice with some saag paneer and some aloo matar. That would be delicious. Has that guy got on one of the new rad suits? He does. Where do you get the new rad suits from? They didn't have them at Tammany and Sons. We did a search earlier on as per Acorn's request. Checkmate. You don't know where else? Well, it would make sense, right? Because I don't think there's any areas in Stanton that have any radiation, right? All the new stuff they're adding is out in Pyro. They're trying to get people out there. Right. We'll climb aboard Melissa's Revenge. We'll get our food, ammo, all of that stuff squared away. And then we'll head over to HTSF Hiram. Over here is the fellow that we've looted 2 people today. Loot! This fellow down here. And the fellow over in the hospital. We're not going to need a radiation suit for some time. I still haven't built in the mechanics yet. We're obviously still in the process of playtesting things. I haven't built in the mechanics yet to discover the jump points. Nor have I built in any of the pyro content into A Life Uncharted 2nd edition.
Did you know why we drink water? Because we can't eat it.
But I'm very happy with how things are going at the moment.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Checkmate's the only places at Acorn, according to Seastone.
Please visit us again.
Alright, so the alerts are very quiet, are they? Oh, look at that seamless transition I did in not studio mode to go adjust the volume levels. I'm so pro. I'm so pro. All right, we want to take a couple of drinks with us. We might have to do a bit of running around. Pro streamer. See, Calypso knows what's going on. All right, let's get a little bit of rapid momentum. We've got a mission, ladies and gentlemen, to assist Hurston Dynamics with defending one of their sites. We don't have time to naff about. Let's go full speed. Let's get these drinks aboard the ship. We'll get changed. We'll suit up. We'll go get some armor. And then come back and get some ammo. We'll grab our mining tool while we're there. Alright, let's suit up. Go back and get our ammo. That sounds like nothing about to me. Well, we've got to get ready, man. We can't just immediately leave with no ammo. No, we've got to be prepared. We've got to be somewhat professional. Some ammo. All right, so I think all we'll need is just to... Oh, look, let's put all of this in the ship. Let's put it all in the ship. We want that mining attachment. Sustenance. Let's just grab all of this. We might as well just take it all with us. And that's about it. Let's roll-y-oly, ladies and gentlemen, to HDSF Hiram to go assist in some protection. Now, what we don't have, unfortunately, is a container. I do have a container here. All right, before we head out, quick question for the chat. So this account currently has about 8 or 9 containers from previous play sessions with this account that I haven't gotten rid of yet. Now, we could grab one of those containers to get ourselves a little bit of loot and just say that we bought it from Everest Harbor, and I'll add the cost of that container to the expense log. Let's say $5,000 for the container. Or do we have to go to Everest Harbor, buy a new container, put that in the ship, and then go do the mission? And then get rid of all the containers that I have here? What do people think? Should I just pay the container cost for the containers that I have? I think I've got 8 of them. Or do we simply say it's a bonus? Star Citizen takes too much time already. Well, that's the whole point, man. We're trying to play in slow-mo. Motherfig, you're confused. How are you, my friend? They've got medications for that. They have medications for that. We're going to grab a container. So you know how at the beginning of each patch, all of the stuff that you have in the game is transported back to your home location. It's called beer, and you have one. I've gotten rid of everything at my home location, except for these containers. Because that means having to put them all on the ship and then take them up to Everest Harbor and then sell them all. Or just dump them in space or whatever. Let's grab ourselves a container. So, you know, technically starting with a fresh account, I wouldn't have these containers. Our Metaphysical's been perusing Indian menus on Uber Eats. Let's go, my friend. All right, we'll bring this box with us. Not a good idea because it just makes me hungry. All right, let's go. Now, no more naffing around. We've got things to do and places to be. Little quick rest, then pick up the kiddo. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, Motherfig. Mr. Cross, how are you? So you put boxes in storage, another sort of box, or fly them in your hold, yet another box. It's it. It is. It's a box within a box. Oh, look at the ship slowly, like, drifting about. That was in the patch notes as well. Environmental influence, right, on your ship as it's hovering. Bush Wookiees, my friend, 07s, how are you? Welcome. I saw that collision alert. I saw that collision alert, and I was like, what am I about to hit? This is disastrous. This is absolutely disastrous. Oh, dear Lord. I saw the collision alert, and then the first thing I thought was, I shouldn't be a pilot. I don't know why I'm doing my training again. I saw the alert, and I was like, collision alert? Into what? And of course, we've lost everything on the ship. And I didn't have time to react. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. The cost to claim that ship back is 22 grand or something.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
Turbulence in hangars. Lol. Well, it kind of makes sense, right? You've got some big nasty thrusters inside a little room. Good job, pilot's license revoked. Metaphysical, you had an unexpected rapid deconstruction flying into checkmate earlier today with 2 of my containers, one of which was full of mining stuff. Rip. Oh, dear. Not my freshly purloined NPC garb. I know, CT, it's gone. It is gone. And my armor.
Feeling ready to get back to work?
My weapons.
Serious and dangerous offense.
The ammo that we just bought. Alright, no more naffing about. When you hear collision alert, you stop. Pull up. Pull up. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Shit. Oh, dear Lord. This is going to be brutal. All right, let's go get the ship claimed. And then we've got some funds. We've got some funds. We'll come back to Tammany and Sons. We've got some spare weapons and stuff. Retard, retard, retard. 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 Retard.
Next stop, Pisa Spaceport.
Indeed it is. Retard your speed. This is brutal. Alright, let's oh crap, I closed the bloody log. It's disappointing. It's really disappointing. Running through town in a freaking undersuit. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Oh, all right.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Fucking. All right, let's reclaim the ship.
Has been set.
Damn it. Expenses. Insurance. At Lawville. I want to claim on a Cutlass Black. 25 grand. 25,401 credits. Damn it. How much cash buck dollary dudes do we have? 81 grand. Well, there goes the Geo that I wanted to buy. Choices, right? Because, you know, we would have had the reputation to unlock a distribution center. And we would have had the cash buck dollary dues, but we still wouldn't have been able to afford the geo. Or we could have bought ourselves a geo and just done some random exploration. Commander Alice, how are you? Dollarios. A little bit of cash buck dollarios. CT, you're bad at piloting in games. You'd like to crash the train. Oh, I wonder. No, it's not, because it was all in the lockers on the ship. It's all gone.
Next stop, Metro Center.
I don't know what I hit. I didn't see anything, but obviously there was something there. Something invisible.
Now arriving, Metro Center. Please watch your steps when disembarking the train.
All right, back to Tammany and Sons. We need to buy everything.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
We still have our contract, which is good. And the days of karate chopping our way through bunkers is over. So we do need to kit up. We'll just get some, we'll get med pens from we'll just get everything we need from Tammany's.
In her book, Dynamics of a Mindful Life, Maria Hurston reminded us that good health
You only lost 3 ships this time around in the patch. That's a bummer. A Vulture, a Gladius, and the Saber. That's a bummer. Rip the Vulture. That thing's a moneymaker. All right, so I guess... Oh, armor. Let's grab this Singularity. This is what we had. Let's just outfit ourselves with the same stuff. We already have a chest armor and a spare helmet, so all we really need are the legs, yeah? I'm pretty sure. We need some P4 ammo. Need a couple of med pens. Oh man, we've lost. Oh man, a couple of med pens. We'll just grab 2 for the moment. I lost my tractor beam, my paramed gun, multi-tool. Tractor beam. I don't think I'm going to spend the money on a max lift just yet. I don't really need it. I want a mining tool. This is brutal. This is brutal. No paramed guns here. Cruise. Did we buy cruise? Let's just grab a couple more. I don't know if we did. I don't think we did. Cruise, ammo, armor. And we need a backpack. Man, I haven't had a crash for such a long time. No body death marker to loot? No, mate. It's all gone. You're rather proud of yourself, Metaphysical. That 40k Quant Rock was one of the biggest I have cracked without exploding. It's such a good feeling. You used a Surge and a Stampede combo. Yes, sir. Oh my god. Are we really going to be using these crappy backpacks? I think a trip to Everest is in order. Oh, good lord. Let's just get this arrow for the moment. Mining ships are the money makers. The Vulture was to chill and scrape while watching shows. It's true. Big money in mining. A max lift is essential, hey, Commander Alice. It's the range that makes it a game changer. I know, but, you know, I don't know if I want to spend 20 grand at the moment. I mean, we've got 30,000 credits worth of expenses I've got to pay for. We should have another P4. Otherwise... Oh, let's have a look. Armor. Gross. Let's have a look what weapons we've got. We've got a P4. Got this reflex on it. Got another LH86. We've got no compensators or anything. We can loot one of those. I'm not too fussed about suppressors and stuff. All right, I think we've got everything we need to get involved in some combat. I've got some clothing at least. Let's go. You were a bit silly with Quant this week. Just needed it sold as patch was coming and didn't know when. People are offering like 60k per SEU, and I sold to the TDD.
Eager to return to your job? Don't let your recovery endanger your coworkers.
Why are people buying Quant? Oh, for
May affect your motive.
Urge Quertler, Wicklow. That's the thing right now with Wicklow needing different sorts of things. There's kind of like a pseudo player auction house, right? Oh my word! That was both extremely lucky and terrifying at the same time. Oh, good lord. See? I'd have crashed the train right there. Oh, good lord. All right, we're back on track. That was terribly expensive. 25 grand for the ship and another 6 grand or so in outfitting ourselves. Luckily, we already had some of the armor components. On track, on a train. Yeah, yeah. That's right. Let's go. We have no time to waste now. Send me to the hangar. We'll get another container. And we'll see what happens. Maybe there's some sort of invisible barrier here right now, and getting out of Lawville is going to be very, very difficult. This is not where we want to be. This is where we'll go over here. We'll get our container up. Then we'll go see. It should be 9 minutes or so, or close to at least. Or at least, well, that's at least one container gone, right? You know. We got rid of one container. There's always a positive side, right? You know, I've told this story about my dad's car that got stolen a few years back. And when the cops found it, they'd taken the wheels. He had a beautiful Lexus LS 430. The wheels were like $8,000 each. And they'd taken the wheels. And the cops had said to my dad, you know, it must be really disappointing to see it like this. And he said, yeah, of course it is. But, you know, at least I've got 8 free bricks. Because I'd left the car sitting on bricks. And the cops said, that's exactly the attitude people should have. I mean, you know, what are you going to do, right? Find armor on the station. Find armor armed on the station. Find running. Well, there's no fine for running. But we were in the city armed. This is true. Really? I do need those arms. Otherwise your hands would fall off. It's so true. Thanks, Dad. Let's go. Let's derobe for flight. Off we go. A brand new reincarnation of Melissa's Revenge. All right, let's pay attention to any warnings. Good Lord, let's get our shields up. I've just realized why we crashed. Because I pointed up, right? And then thrusted forwards, but my sticks have reversed. And so I just backed straight into the ground. That's why we crashed. Fucking, are you kidding me? Which freaking HOTAS is this? Number 3, inversion settings, flight movement. Are you kidding me? Throttle forward and back, yes. That's why you test controls after an update and regularly. Well, I had to rebind my right stick. It is now showing correctly in the mapping, whereas before it wasn't showing correctly, but now it is. So my right stick is input 2, my left stick is input 3. I'm not sure what input 1 is. Maybe the mouse? That explains it. Amazing. Oh, that is why you test controls after an update and regularly. Well then, RSI owes you 30 grand. Good old 30 G's, mate. All right. We're off to hear him. Nah, that was my fault. 100% my fault. I should have been aware that I was flying backwards. That was Crouch's own failure to test. See, now if I had like a proper sim rig with a proper seat, I would have felt that I was going backwards. Oh, a daytime landing. Look at this. Everything's coming up, Crouchy. Let's go. Let's go. Love daytime landings clips here, indeed. Slashy, my friend, how are you? You missed the introductory song. Man, everything looks a bit different right now. One stream per sub-cycle, that's how he rolls. I don't know what the legality of me being able to use this song is. They're like gold. All right, let's try not to die. So good. So good. Now, unfortunately, I did have a sniper rifle on the previous incarnation of Melissa's Revenge. But we don't have that anymore. Is that a medical Pisces? Righto, ladies and gentlemen. Where is he? Maybe he's inside. Okay, that's not a P4. Did I cap a guard? Grab that guy's. Oh yeah, there's guards out here. Maybe they were fighting with these guys. Alright, we'll sort out all this loot later on. Mr. Sexy Potat, how are you, my friend? How's 4.2 treating a fella so far? Pretty good. Pretty good. Haven't seemed to have any issues from a game perspective. We have crashed once, but that was because, you know, I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, and my keybinds had reversed themselves, and so, instead of taking off, I reversed directly into the ground. What is this? Oh, good lord! Don't shoot the green chevron. Don't shoot the green chevron. Batty? Looks like it. Oh, what's going on? Why does the view keep changing like that? Whoa. Welcome to 4.2. Now, get to closure. What's with all these backpack dudes? Have I got Toby on FPS? No. In target markers, he misses. Try not to die, Slash. I'm trying to be careful, man, you know? It's coming upstairs. Why does it keep doing that? Contract complete! Assist in defending site. All right, so we've got a little bit of admin we need to take care of. Let's add a couple of quick things here. Let's add this in. Contract reward, right? I'll make this more intelligent later on. But just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to be on 60% for a while. Yeah, that's correct. Let's go into our expenses and we'll add a guild fee. And we'll just put that in at 0 at the moment. All right, so we want to add a guild fee. We are here at HDSF Hiram. Log an expense, and the guild's going to take 26,400 from us. Rude. Man, 57,000 worth of expenses, man. That ship crash, that insurance was brutal. Brutal. All right, so let's have a quick look around. We've got 27 minutes. Plenty of time to make out with some loot. Now, one thing I haven't built in that we discussed in episode 2 was loot, right? Loot isn't taxed by the guild. Ooh, railgun. AO3 sniper. Can I put that in there? It's too big. Let's grab that railgun. Let's grab all this ammo and AO3 sniper rifle. That can't fit in my backpack either. So when I sell loot, it's not taxed by the guild currently. But I was thinking that I might implement that. But instead of them just taking the cash buck dollary dues, and that's it, they will tax the sale of equipment, of loot. But in return, I will be rewarded with guild credits, right? You know, thank you for your service to the guild. I don't think I can fit those. Oh, I can fit them in the backpack. All right, let's go get this box. And then we'll come back and clean this place up. You totally didn't just make yourself a cocktail, Slash? Perfect for sitting in the sun, chilling with some random space hobo. Perfect. Perfect. All right, we got 25 minutes. We got 25 minutes. To loot as much as we can. Activity log, mercenary contract complete. I guess what we could do is we could stuff it. Let's just go get the box. Sun is setting. The sun is setting. That's okay. Most of the work we need to do is on the inside. I think what we might do is just for the moment, we'll stick all this stuff in the ship. Just clear everything out. We can sort it all out later on. We got a 2 SCU box, so we should be able to grab all the weapons and all the armor. How much time do we want to spend doing that though, right? How much is it going to be worth doing that? I'm not sure. I think I might quickly run around, grab all the guns first. And that's not going to be worth anything, unfortunately, because of the skin on it. I might just run around, grab all the guns first. And then we'll worry about armor. These guys are useless, no value to me. Shall leave their corpses behind. I mean, we're going to have plenty of space for armor, but, you know, we do have sort of limited time, right? Because I didn't loot any of these guys before we kicked the timer off, so... So we'll grab guns, and then whatever time we've got left later on, we'll spend on grabbing as much loot as we can. Hell's the door. All right, let's go. CT, you're a loot goblin. If it's not nailed down, I'm taking it. And if I can pry it loose, it ain't nailed down. Yeah, I'm a loot goblin, man. I'm a loot goblin. All right, so we've successfully completed a contract. We do currently have 117,000 in the bank, but we've got a huge amount of expenses that we need to pay. People sure are quiet today, huh, Slash? Can't fit this. Gallant. Yeah, okay, lovely. Well, I'm just very grateful to have some people hanging out with me today as we go through episode 3 of 2nd edition, A Life Uncharted. I really am enjoying how, you know, we're already involved in doing contracts and stuff like that. And simply adding in, you know, the guilds taking their percentage of things has changed things, you know, considerably. Straight up, we can get into the game and start doing things without making obscene amounts of money, right? Because the guild is taking their share of... Why does that keep happening? Their share of the cash buck dollary dues. I don't understand why the view keeps flickering like that. You were enjoying well when I was quiet though, Slash? I am sorry, mate. I am sorry. All right, let's dump these in. Go for a quick run around upstairs. Only 9% full the box. We've got plenty of space. To grab stuff. We definitely want to grab these backpack guys. Grab this AO3 that's over here. I think that's about it. Got some humans. Grab me a hard hat. Does that guy have freaking glasses on? Or are they part of the helmet? He got freaking glasses! I'll have those, thanks very much. Clothes. No glasses on this dude. He's never gotten any glasses. I know this. Random man. Yeah, sure. I thought they might have been part of the helmet, but Well, I'm glad I checked those dudes. Got myself a pair of glasses. Let's have a look at me glasses, eh? Yes, Curtis, let's go! Oh, I can't wear my helmet with the glasses? Really? Yeah, sweet, okay. Just takes a few attempts to put the helmet on. I normally have to take my glasses off. What the fuck? Oh, dear Lord. Alright, I don't think there's anything else up here. You got glasses on? Yes, sir! Boy. Oh, what's going on with my fucking backpack right now? None of this is making me excited. Alright, put my helmet on my head, please. Move everything in there. Let's get these guns in there. Alright, perfect. Let's get that sniper rifle in there. Lovely. Alright, what have we got? 14 minutes. What's in this box? I don't think we've checked yet. We have. We've looted it already. Let's just double check. It looks empty to me. Nah, one by one. All right, we'll grab this stuff, and I think we're going to be out of time. I don't think there's any need to grab the undersuits, but, you know. Dear Lord. I wonder if that's... Has anybody else who's currently been playing a little bit of 4.2 had any of that issue with the screen jumping around like that, or is that a me issue? I like how backpacks are like a physicalized container, right? It'd be so sweet to see actual physical armor and helmets and all that sort of stuff. Nope, that's the wrong thing. We won't get time to get everything, but you know, at least we'll get something. At least we'll get something. And the guns are certainly worth a good chunk. $11 minutes. The inventory looting screen is loading much faster than it normally does, which is good to see. Normally, when you click on the loot option, it takes a little bit of time for your backpack to open before you're actually able to loot anything off of the corpse. But this seems to be much faster right now. And as I've said before, this process of stripping the bodies down and, you know, I don't mind that really at all. It kind of makes sense, right? Having to strip armor off, chuck it all on the ground and then open up the box and then put everything into the box one by one. You mean, that's what you do in real life, right? No glasses on you. That jacket is useless. I want the vests. Your armor is useless to me. So is yours. There's nobody else down here, hey? Ooh. Take that. The way you said the loot goblin in his natural habitat reminded me of David Attenborough. Who said the loot goblin in his natural habitat? Might be an issue with my camera, you reckon, dogs? I did have random scope light flare thing going on before. Alright, let's grab this guy's stuff. That FS9 ammo, these pens. And if we can grab that Artemex armor on the guy outside, if we've got time for the Artemex armor. Not the Hurston Dynamics guard armor. As cool as that is, I'm not too fussed about that. But the Artemex armor on the Nine Tails outside is worth a little bit of coin. Okay, let's not drop this box off the end of the elevator, please. Perfect. Hey, Con, you're pretty sure David Attenborough is immortal? He's AI. He is. It's true. Minutes. Oh, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Stupid ship. Alright, we got time to get this dude. We got time to get this dude. This guy's armor's not really worth a great deal, but... Alright, let's work on these guys. I haven't seen any P4 ammo, which is a bit disappointing. Because that's kind of what we need. I mean, I guess I'll stop doing that. I don't know why some bodies do this. Getting a bit nervous now. Oh, don't do do it. I don't want to do each thing one by one. Looks like it's going to be the case. "5 minutes. We've got to get the box back into the ship. Engines fired up and away. Person dynamics or this guy? This guy will give me coin. Person dynamics armor is just cool to have. Argo would need that to sneak into the TDD. But Argo's not here, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's favourite bogan, the Ginger King, Mr. Argo Hurston. He's on sabbatical. %90 full. Let's go. No, we don't have time. 4 minutes. In another life, I might have tried, but we've already had enough calamities today. I think it was pretty ballsy of Mel Brooks to announce a movie to come out 1.5 years away when he'll be 100. Is Mel Brooks going to be 100, is he? Spaceballs 2! Maybe they've already filmed it. Such a great show. Great movie, Spaceballs. So good. All right, we're up and away. We have completed a mission. Guild's taking a good chunk of it. But we've got some loot. Now, as we float out into space... So right now... The guilds, let me zoom in a little bit for anyone who's actually watching on the screen, are associated with the different types of contract types or sandbox activities. So rock mining, hauling, prospecting, and then obviously the contract types, collection, mercenary, salvage, etc. Excuse me. I never put anything in for selling loot. I just always thought that loot would be like a freebie, right? Given that the guild tax right now at initiate level is 60%, that loot would be the bonus. So I'm thinking two things. One, I can sell loot under the counter, so to speak. You know, oh, we've got 21 rep at Hurston. That's awesome. 21 rep at Hurston. Yes, please. To like a fence, right? You know, under the counter, you know, here's my shit. I'm selling it. Give me the cash buck dollary dues. Or I can sell the loot via a guild representative. The guild would take their 60% cut, but they'd also reward me with guild credits. Now, again, we use guild credits in the second edition of A Life Uncharted to be able to do sandbox activities, to be able to accept mobi-glass contracts without having to run around to mission givers and whatnot. So as we earn guild credits, which we haven't earned any guild credits at the moment, we don't earn them for doing tasks for people. As we earn guild credits, by either selling loot or doing missions for outposts and NPCs we meet out there in the world, we can then use our mobi-glass to do different sorts of contracts without having to find them, if it makes sense. So they're the two ways that I'm thinking at the moment of building into second edition of A Life Uncharted for selling loot. I can just sell it to a fence and get the cash buck dollary dues. Useful when I need cash buck dollary dues. Or B, I sell it through a guild representative, and obviously it's happening in the same place, right? You know, there's no fence in the game, there's no guild rep in the game. Or I sell it through a guild representative, or I sell it through the guild channel. They take 60% of the cut, and I get a certain amount of guild credits per, 1,000 credits or 5,000 credits or whatever it is. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. Anyone got any opinions, feedback, suggestions? Let's head on up to Everest Harbour. Where we can sort out our loot and then sell this box of stuff. Blazing Saddles was one of the best movies ever made. Producers was pretty funny too. I don't think I've seen Producers. And Blazing Saddles I haven't seen for quite a long time. Wait. Where were we supposed to pay attention to the whole thing? Nowhere slash. I'm just trying to be polite by engaging with the community, but I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind. I don't really need anyone's feedback. I'm just trying to be polite, you know. Spreadsheets are for middle managers, Crouch, not stream viewers. Well, you know, there might be people out there interested in this nonsense. Hangar request complete. Let's go. Underneath it. I'm underneath it. Alrighty. Alright, we got some landing fees we need to pay here at frickin' Everest Harbour. This log is so much better for me. With you know, I don't have to remember, so to speak, to pay these. You know, all I need to do is put it in the log. I understand that there's not much difference between me having to remember to put it in the log or just remember it in my brain, but the log makes it physicalized to a certain extent. Use spreadsheets pretty much daily at work. / you started to yawn. Spreadsheets are amazing, man. I love spreadsheets. Right. Now, we've got a little bit of work to do. Where is all the crap we put in the ship? In this locker here. All right. All right. All right. So I want my P4. We also found a scorched compensator we can put on it. Right, we want that. Log has better memory than you as long as you remember to put it in. Yeah, exactly. You know, I guess what I was saying is, you know, when I land somewhere, you know, I'm not immediately thinking, oh yeah, I've got to pay the landing fee. But because I've now got that log to put it in, I can just simply put it in the log. It's a couple of drop downs and a button. And then, you know, I can pay it later on. At the end of the session, we just pay all the expenses in one go rather than paying them as I go. I think that's where I was having trouble last time. Oh, I don't get a lot of things, Acorn. My brain operates at a very high level, man. It's difficult to, you know, bring myself down a few levels to understand what people are talking about sometimes. Now, I've got nowhere to put the railgun. All the ammo and stuff, we might as well keep ammo. We'll just start collecting it. Man. My left testicle for a stack all button. Which isn't a bad exchange, given that it doesn't work. I don't think I need any extra weapons. We might take that FS9. Oh, was there an AO3 somewhere? Yeah, we'll take the AO3 as well. We'll swap that out for a P6 if we find one. I think that's about it. Take all that clothing. And none of the armor we want. That can all get sold. Now, I think for this box... the brightest spirit in the mix, considering he just reversed himself to death. I think you're right. I didn't just reverse myself to death. That was freaking ages ago, man. Catch up with what's going on, man. That was like almost last week, man. In our previous month's stream. All right, let's sell this box of loot. I don't think I'm going to cash this in through the guild because I kind of need the credits. I want to buy myself a Geo. So this is where, you know, it's nice to have that option. Do I want to sell loot and just get the cash, or do I want to sell loot and get guild credits? I don't really need guild credits right now. I need cash buck dollary dues. All right, let's go sell this box. I think I'm going to leave the ship sitting there. I don't want to pay the 2,000 credits to frickin' store it. I am running the risk though. Several times now recently when I've left the ship on the pad and I've left my hangar, the ship has been destroyed. So I am kind of running a risk here. that the ship might be destroyed. I'm not sure. Yeah, again, that was like a cocktail ago. I should make another to make it more current. All right, let's go. Cargo center. Oh, crap. Cargo decks. Cost 10 rep and 15k to unlock. I can't use this cargo deck. Day drinking is the best kind of drinking. It's so good, especially if you have work in the morning. Especially if you have work in the morning. Day drinking is so good, man. It's nice to just get tipsy during the afternoon, or early morning, really specifically. Not early morning, but mid morning. Oh, this is crap, man. But this is the whole point of the rule set. I can't use the cargo facilities here. They will not give you permission. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's just check the task givers at spaceports. Easy Hub, admin office, the medical clinic, and the cargo deck. All right, let's go back to the cargo deck. This is crap, man. Is that your new alter ego? It should be the slogan for the channel. All right, let's go have a chat with this guy. Build some rep here. Activity log at Everest Harbour. Any tasks? It's a collection contract. Let's do it. Six rep. Sweet. All right. Contracts. A collection contract. Okay, so we need to unlock Wicklow and we need to unlock Rayari. So what does Wicklow want? Oh god, the Tundra Copion horns. Here we go again. Here we go again. He wants a fried sea nut with sauce. I'm pretty sure I need to go to Pyro for a fried sea nut, right? With sauce. A fried sea nut with sauce. Where the hell does that come from? A smoltz bottle. We should be able to get that around the place relatively easily. And some Tundra Copion horn. I'm pretty sure I need to go to Pyro to get a fried sea nut with sauce, right? Yeah, sea nuts are bought on Pyro stations. What does Rayari want? Cave Copion horns. So the problem with this is I don't think it directs me to caves. So the reason I was talking earlier on about the Hurston missions, the Hurston cave missions, I don't know if we've got them in the log here at the moment, is it gives you a marker for a cave to go to clear out the Copions there. Then sometimes you might have to go to 3 different caves. Whereas this one for Rayari is just a sandbox. You know, we just want you to bring back 20 cave Copion horns. Where you find them is up to you. Given caves don't have quantum markers, makes it a little difficult. And I don't have any caves unlocked right now. Wow, so Wicklow wants to send me to Pyro. This is also an issue. Okay, so I've got to make some notes here. Playtesting notes. Need to add Pyro Discovery. Need to add selling via guilds, fence. All right, well, at the moment I can't get to Pyro because I haven't put into the rule system how to unlock the gateway, and B, I don't have the coordinates for the gateway, so we can't do weekly until I figure that out. So I guess we just accept this one for Rayari. It's going to pay us 69,000 credits if we manage to do it. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We'll head on down to the admin office. Whereabouts are we? 2 hours, hey? We'll get our box back, put it on the ship. We'll go stash that back down at Lawville. We got 1 box of loot to sell. Obviously, we could sell things individually from that box, but in terms of being able to sell it in bulk, so to speak, we need to unlock a cargo deck for that. All right, what does this guy have at the admin office up at Everest Harbour? Does he have any tasks? He's got a mercenary mission. Let's go. The missions are flowing. We've only completed 1 so far. That's all right. What mission is it, my friend? And how much is 6 rep for completing this mission? Nice. Actually, I think this is one of the first things I should really sort out is unlocking Everest Harbour. Did you know they made it so you can sell boxes in boxes within boxes? I did not, and I'm not massively keen to try it out. Mercenary missions. Okay, so we can do reduce overpopulation. So again, this is just randomly looking for copions on Hurston. It's not taking us to a specific cave. Because if the cave mission was here, that would have been perfect. Neutralize outlaw incursion. Okay, so this could be a good one. Because it will unlock HDPC Casillo for me. And I do enjoy this exterior zone too. Versus, it's also Hurston Dynamics, okay. Versus just going back to another bunker. I'd rather unlock the distribution center. All right, let's do this. Now, we might need to pick up some armor. No, some ammo. for our P4. And we might pick up some AO3 ammo. I've never had a huge amount of success looting these facilities before. I've never really tried a great deal. All right, we'll grab some P4 and some AO3. 400 credits per clip, hey? So be it. So be it. It's not a very powerful sniper rifle, the AO3. I'd very much prefer to find a P6 along the way somewhere. All right, let's get out of here. Maybe this battle will be in the rain. That'll be sweet. Need some rain. Back to the hangars and habs. It's a good call, Cross. Will I need another crate? Indeed. We will need another crate. There's no point checking Kelto for any more missions at the moment. We might as well do the ones we've got. Actually, no, it doesn't make sense. Whilst we're here, we'll check for any more missions. Because then we can go ahead and do all those missions and complete them all. And by the time we've done all of that, enough time would have gone past to come back and check to see if they've got any more contracts. Excuse me, get out of the way. All right, we're up at Everest Harbour. Again, because we need rep here. Hey, they have a collection contract. Stupido. Nah, I'm not going to accept it. Don't think anyone's going to be happy about this. Every contract we get is important. It's your choice, though. Stand by for further postings. Okay. No point accepting any more contracts in the collection category because we simply cannot do them at the moment. And we'll go check Easy Hab while we're here. Maybe they'll have a hauling contract or a mercenary contract or something. Actually, a hauling contract would be quite nice because then we can pick up some stuff from Everest, take it straight down to Lawville, and pick up a fresh crate.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that.
You don't have any rooms available here? That's crazy talk. Excuse me. No, they've got nothing. All right. Let's get out of here. All right, let's get down to Casillo. We shouldn't have any trouble completing this. Plus, it's going to unlock Casillo for us, which will be nice. A point that I can come back to loot and stuff. I like the restriction on not being able to use the cargo decks until it's been unlocked, because now it's sort of directed me to sort of spend some attention on actually unlocking Everest Harbour, or the facilities here at Everest Harbour. Excuse me. We need to get our box back. That'll be over here. Can't leave it here. Again, we haven't, excuse me. I don't think we'll have a huge monster stream tonight. Like I said at the beginning, I haven't slept today, so I need to go to bed at some point. We'll do a couple more missions and see what sort of progress we can make. Okay, let's get the box up. That stuff I'll stick in my backpack. Yeah, so I can't store this here at Everest Harbour because, again, we haven't unlocked any of the facilities here. Another reason why concentrating on unlocking Everest Harbour is probably a good idea. Because it's going to take us a little bit of coin and a whole bunch of reputation to unlock all the facilities here. I think it's a nice balance so far of picking up contracts versus the restrictions on being able to use, different things. Still got my sunnies on. Yes, sir. Sweet. I've never found sunnies before. That's sweet. I was watching an episode of Expat, quite some time ago. And there was like specific missions that she was trying to do because there was a possibility that for those missions, somebody would spawn only in that mission who was wearing glasses. Or maybe it was a specific type of glasses she was after. I couldn't be 100% sure. But being able to pick them up just then off of that NPC. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I am fading, man. I need a cocktail, man. I need a cocktail. All right, quick stop past Lawville. Go do a bit of box management. Oh yes, I must remember to pay for the boxes. I think I shall just pay for the boxes as I use them. That way, I don't have to naff about going to Everest Harbour and buying more boxes and getting rid of these ones. And so I need to look up the price for a 2SCU box. I think it's like 4,800 or something like that. Oh, good Lord. Yep. Short stream tonight. It's been great fun. I've really enjoyed this session. Added a couple of playtesting notes, some things to add, things to think about. And I'm enjoying the pace. Excuse me, yeah. Oh man, I'm enjoying the pace of how things are working at the moment. And I like that since the very start of episode 1, we've been out there and being able to do Moby Glass contracts. Rather than just those, missions of collecting random stuff. We've been able to just get into some gameplay. which has been nice. And certainly in this early game phase, we have enough. Holy crap! Yep. We have enough missions to keep us busy. But, you know, we're not getting so many that it's too easy. Holy crap, I may not even be able to complete this mission. Maybe we'll just do this one mission and then we'll call it a night. Nobody wants to sit there and either watch or listen to me yawning. That's not terribly exciting, is it? Oh, I don't know how much of this is terribly exciting. It's just regular gameplay Star Citizen, right? You know, just a day in the life of. Nothing extraordinary. Like the title on YouTube says, just trying to make a living. What's our cash box up to at the moment? 108,000. And we have 58,000 worth of expenses. Oh. Brutal. All right, Casillo. I think we've got everything we need. That turbulence in the hangar is nowhere near as bad as I thought it was. You know, people in chat earlier on before the stream, you know, there were a couple of people who just losing their mind. But it's hardly noticeable at all. It's just a, you know, a bit of gentle moving around, which is, you know, which is quite nice. And, you know, I like that rather than just sitting there statically, just like, boom, floating in spot. You've got a little, it gives us the ship a sense of motion, a sense of movement, a sense of weight, a sense of, you know, of actually being there rather than just like an image on the screen. HDPC Casillo. Person Dynamics Processing Center, Casillo. It's kind of strange. You can come to these locations without a mission. Oh, it's nighttime. You can come to these locations without a mission and just adventure around. But if you come here with a mission and then once you've completed that mission, much like a UGF, you get a 30-minute countdown or a 28-minute countdown or whatever to leave. Otherwise, you're trespassing, which doesn't make a great deal of sense. All right, the fact that this is nighttime There's not much else we can do right now. We just need to do... I was contemplating having a look at Verse Guide and finding out when it would be daylight here. And then maybe go for a bit of a fly around Hurst and see if we can find some minables or something. And then come back when it's daytime, but I think we'll just get this mission done. Oh man, I'm super tired. Let's get this done. Now the marker does not exactly point to exterior zone 2. Whereabouts is it again? I think that's it there. Nope, this is it over here. Zone 2. Can we fit our ship in here? Kind of. Yeah, it's sitting there. Let's go. Just get suited up. I'll grab the AO3 and the P4. The fact that it's nighttime doesn't fill me with joy. Curtis wears his sunglasses at night. Indeed he does. Oof. Jesus. All right, we definitely want that guy's armor. That dude's the boss man. Well, I must say that the nighttime's making it much easier to see the head torches on these guys. That silhouette looks like a carrot wing. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Hello. FS9. Normally the heavy dude's armed with a what is it, an L55 or something? Just out of precaution, let's close that door. We'll loot these guys as we go. Make it easy to keep track of where everybody is. Otherwise, I know I'm going to lose them all on the catwalks. No, I'm not minding using this AO3 right now. It's not as powerful as the P6. Certainly not. But a couple of shots and it gets the job done. S71. It's a nice rifle. Fits in a backpack too. Where are the two guys I shot over here? It's a bit rude. CT, you get a run? Thanks, mate. Appreciate you hanging out with me, buddy. Rust. What is rust? Whatever it doth be, I shall take it. That looks like a Hurston Dynamics guard. Did that gun just snap to the grid? I'm going to chuck all these bodies on the ship and then we'll loot them while we're in the ship. That way if I need to get out of here quickly, we can do that. %, hostiles remaining. There should be maybe one guy left. I think he's at the top of the tower. But I want to find the bodies of the other guys I've killed first. Come up through here, down this walkway, and then I shot two guys straight ahead of us here. Straight ahead, behind that barrier. Aha! There's one of them, and I think I already got the other one. Ooh. Right. Let's go up. I've no idea how much the armor on these guys is worth, but given we have restrictions, we might as well take whatever we can get. Six rep for completing this mission, which we need. That'll give us 10 rep at Everest Harbour. I think it's going to cost us 10 rep and 15 grand to unlock the cargo deck, which is all we really need to be able to start selling loot. It's another AO3. I can't fit that in my backpack, unfortunately. Oh, damn it. Where'd that guy go? Oof. Shit. Fuck, that's close. Where is he? Oh, God. I don't have any med pens. You kidding me? Shit. Whatever that guy is armed with packs a punch, man. All right. Let's go sort this dude out. Is it a Gallant? Looks like a P6, you reckon? Sounds like a P6. Freaking hits hard, man. All right, let's go get him. Tier 3 injury. We need something to drink. There's a second guy somewhere. Whew. Oh, that gun disappeared. Now we get this weird countdown timer. Why? No idea. Too large for my container, hey? What was it? An arrowhead sniper rifle. What did this guy have? Another AO3, hey? I do like how all the guys up here were armed with sniper rifles. That kind of makes sense, right? All the guys on the very top level armed with snipers. That's my ship down there, alright. See how many of these we can get down into a logical location. Somewhere down there. Ah. Now it is a bit of a bummer because I can't bring that AO3 with me. Is this in-game music? No, but it's very fitting, isn't it? It's very fitting. Yeah, that was Vroom Vroom by... Oh, I missed the artist name. Vroom Vroom. Alright, let's see if we can strip some of these fellows. Make a little bit of coin from their armor. And then for some weird reason, even though we can come to this location without a contract and be perfectly fine, after we finish a contract, we are considered trespassing. But we have unlocked this location now, which means we can come back here. It's a good source of harvestables. There are our 3 chaps that we threw down here. I guess, you know, I am slightly worried that if I put all of these guys in the ship and then fly away, they'll despawn. But otherwise, I was going to say I could put all these guys in the ship, go back and get those weapons, which would give me time then to strip all these guys at my leisure. I've done this before at a UGF, and I took off, and then when I went into the back of the ship, all of the bodies had disappeared. It will only take a minute to run back up and get that AO3. And for the $2,000 it's going to pay me, I'd rather just go up and get it. So Heavy's still in here? Is that him there? I think so, yep. Oh, who the fuck was that? That was unnecessary. Slash, of course it was. That was nicely timed, that one. Very well done. Very well done. Alright, is that my P4? It is. Lovely. Get that in there. Where are all the weapons? Now let's go have a quick run around. On. There's one AO3. There's another one. There were a couple of loot boxes downstairs out the back, but I don't think we'll worry about those. 22 minutes. Right, let's go. Mission successful. I knew something fell down. I saw it fall down through the walkway above us. This won't fit in my backpack. It's too big. Another arrowhead. It's on this platform. All right, we can come back and get it. 21 minutes. And then I kind of hope that when I take off, I still have the bodies on the ship so I can strip all their armor and gear. Or I guess we could start stripping them until the timer gets close to running out. That way, at least we guarantee we get some stuff. And then take off. Just in case the bodies do despawn. And we lose the loot. Well, let's go get this arrowhead. Pack to punch that arrowhead. Let's go. See, now if we had guild credits, we'd be able to check to see if there's any more contracts available here at Casillo. Given we're already here, if we had guild credits, we'd be able to open up the mobiGlas and have a look for contracts here. But because we don't have any guild credits, we can't do that. So I'm liking how the system is sort of, you know, weaving me around a little bit. Obviously right now I'm trying to unlock facilities at Everest because I need it to be able to sell all this armor and stuff. But conversely, I've been sent on a mission to, you know, this location where there's the potential for other missions to occur here, right? You know, at the warehouse, search and retrieval missions. That if I had guild credits, I'd be able to have a look. I mean, we could have a look now, but there's not really much point, right? I can't accept the mission. Why can I not? Put you in this box. Okay. Here's our heavy with the Citadel armor on, yeah? Maybe we can keep this. It'd be nice to have a nice set of heavy armor. I don't think I've ever fully looted one of these locations before. It's nice to be able to get some armor that's not, you know, Nine Tails. It's actually usable armor. I don't like wearing Nine Tails armor. These guys have, I think it's the calico helmet, the sort of sandy sort of colored one. It's only a light helmet, but worry about that guy last. Oh, don't do it. Says one of those fellows who wants to be looted bit by bit. It's our time. I think we're down to about 12 minutes or something like that. The start of this song with that ta-ta-ta-ting reminds me so much of an episode of Hornblower after they've been captured by the Spanish and they're loitering in prison. And the episode starts with that sort of sound. A song. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, we got heaps of time, almost 15 minutes. It's been quite a successful session for the old Curtis Crouch. Finished a couple of missions, a couple of full loot runs. We've got enough reputation up at Everest Harbour now to unlock the cargo deck, which will allow us to start selling loot. And I do like the addition of being able to either sell loot through the guild to earn guild credits, which in turn allows me to accept Moby-Glass contracts whenever I like, using those guild credits. Or selling it through, a direct contact for the cash buck dollary due. So I don't earn the guild credits, but I'll get more cash buck dollary dues. I don't think any of this armor is specifically valuable. I don't think it's, I don't think it's the same as stripping Nine Tails. But it's here. We might as well maximize our coin while we can. I like the changes that they've made to looting now. I can see through this box to the loot icon for the body beneath, which is nice. Not the most exciting of procedures, especially when you've got to strip things one by one. I wonder if there's some sort of trigger that makes this happen, if you do things in a certain sequence, or if it's just random. I'll grab this guy's undersuit just so I've got a spare undersuit. Scale weave undersuit, hey? I wonder how much it's worth. Let's go. 2 more. I don't think I can be bothered with the Harrison Dynamics executive armor. It's not worth anything to me. It is cool, but from a cash buck dollary do perspective, it has no value. All right, that guy stripped nicely. These boxes are snapping to the grid. This guy no one to behave. Couple of things to think about for next session. Getting the gateways unlocked. I do like the way that the system is playing. I like the pace. I like the speed. Obviously, we haven't got into doing any missions yet. And we need to be able to unlock locations to do that. Like outposts, mining outposts and stuff like that. Or, you know, now that we've unlocked this distribution center, we can come here and have a look for missions. Those missions will allow us to earn both reputation and guild points as well as credits. See, it's locked to the grid. It's even snapping to this box. Don't want it to snap to the grid. I can't put it in the box if it snaps to the grid. There we go. 8 minutes left. So I'm happy with how, you know, this version of A Life Uncharted is working out. It's becoming daylight. The sun is rising. Let's chuck all these bodies out the back. Should make a body collector mission for Grim Hex. I don't think there is one in this version. I need desperately something to drink. 18% hydration. Well, let's get out of here. I don't want that guy's armor. What the hell, man? Let's go, mission successful. We'll have to have a look what the guild's share of this mission is. And whether we've got enough money to buy a geo. The surface of the planet right now looks the fidelity is way higher than it's ever been. I don't know what that is. It just looks different. It looks different to me. All right, where are we going? We need to, and for some reason I can't open it. Get access. I can't alt tab out of the game. It's a bit frustrating. All right, let's head back to Everest Harbour. No, I think I might head back to Lawville. At least I'm not going to pay any fees to land there or anything like that. We shall assess the situation in terms of the expenses. We have a handful of people watching. But we'll give away the expenses in a minute. YouTube especially has been very quiet tonight. We've got who's the one person who's watching on YouTube? Oh, that'll be Campaign Terrain. One person watching. I'm not a real streamer, am I? The dream is over, ladies and gentlemen. It's finished. It is kaput. Let's go. Yeah, YouTube's been super quiet. We've had 18 views on YouTube tonight. All right, let's head back to Lawville. I've closed the freaking Life Uncharted log again. And because there's nothing else running on the computer, I can't Alt-Tab out of the game to get the log back open. Well, let's get safely back at Lawville, just in case something happens. The stuff is back at Lawville. And then we'll try and get that log open. We've got to find out what the guild fee for that mission was. Add it to our expenses. And give that away to somebody in chat. You see what I mean? Everything seems so much clearer. Obviously, we don't have a significant amount of cloud cover covering Lawville at the moment. We don't actually. This is quite a remarkably clean view of Lawville. I don't think I've ever seen the full city like this before. Maybe that has something to do with the new weather system and rain and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. The game just looks different to me. Emily, how are you? Emily Farrowen. I like that name a lot. Farrowen. Coughing your lungs out because of a tickle that doesn't go away. Ah, brutal. Brutal. I'm very well, thank you. I am very well. I'm super exhausted. I haven't really slept properly today. Was at work for 11 and a half hours. Did a little bit of overtime. Get that extra cash buck dollary doos. But then instead of going to sleep during the day like I normally do, I stayed up. And I've sort of been just... I did quite a few things in the morning, but then I've just been moping about. Passing out on the couch as I read through my book on basic aeronautical knowledge. I'm going to pick up my flight training again once we get to spring. I've only got about 9 hours in a little Cessna. But I haven't flown since 2019. And I'm keen to pick up my flight license again and actually complete my license. And so I was reading, falling asleep on the couch, reading, falling asleep on the couch. Then I came in, played a little bit of Hogwarts Legacy. I watched some YouTube, fell asleep. And then I was like, holy crap, I should get a stream organized. And so we jumped on for a little bit of a stream. Lungs are meant to stay inside the body, Emily. Kind of want to get rid of them. They're annoying. Like, sleep is annoying, man. Sleep is annoying. All right, we badly need something to drink. 14% hydration. We should have something in one of our lockers. Oh, man. What I wouldn't give for that stack all button. I'm still waiting for that patch where they just sneak in that sneaky... Oh, here we go. Phew. Where they sneak in a stack all button just on the sly. All right, I've got a tier 3 arm injury. I think we might live with that for a little while. Chuck that in the corner of our Drake. Also dislike sleep. Yeah, it's such a waste of time, man. All right, what have we got in this locker? More ammo, some clothes, a rail gun that we found. Sadly, the Cutlass Black doesn't have a large weapon rack. What have we got in here? Whole bunch of stuff that can be stacked. All right, so anything in the crate we want to keep? I think there is some collectibles and well, harvestables. Let's have a look. All of this stuff we want. Ammo, we'll take all the ammo. Take all of these things. It's going to be weapons in there. I don't think we need any of these weapons. Oh, we want the flares for sure. Might as well take the grenades too. We don't need any of these weapons. Where the rest of the weapons gone? Where are... Okay, we've got one arrowhead. We should have two. Oh, I know where it is. It's on the rack over here. That. I think I might swap out this arrowhead for that S71. Don't need the arrowhead, but I'll take that S71. And there was another S71 back there that we left behind, sadly. This is not the greatest loot box in history, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the greatest loot box in history. All right. So we've got an AO3, an S71, a FS9, and my P4. Nice array of weaponry. I don't think there's any armor we want to keep from here. It's only 65% full. There was in here that heavy set of Citadel armor. That may be useful. Where are the arms for it? And the helmet. There's the helmet. There's the arms. Okay. Now let's stick all this stuff in here. I'll sort all of this out later on. We'll sort it all out off stream. Can we fit all of that in the backpack? We can. Lovely. This is the locker to sort out. It's our sort out locker. This is what we're currently equipped with. We'll go get that Citadel armor. And then I guess this box can stay in here for the next mission. But we've got some expenses and stuff to sort out. And to do that, I need to get access to the freaking log sheet. Alright. Inventory. Alright, sweet. So we want an undersuit. We want the Citadel arms. We want that head. The Citadel core. And the ADP legs. They're not the Citadel core legs. They're ADP. That'll do. Lovely. Let's go stick this in our locker. All right, nice heavy set of armor for bunkers and whatnot. Let's get some clothes on. Should be some clothing in here. Oh yeah, we got a spare pair of glasses too. Haha, amazing. I managed to loot some glasses. That's sweet. Yes, Curtis in a hard hat, man. Not so sure about the work vest. Yes, he's a working man, Curtis. Robbie blind, stab you in the dark, buy you a beer, and steal your sonny's kind of guy. All right, so why can I not tab out of the game? Makes things mildly complicated. Why not? I think we'll leave that box in there. Anyone got any suggestions on why I can't tab out? The only thing I can think of is I need to log to menu. Radiation indicator, that's new. There is indeed, Emily. So there's radiation now available or you know, in certain areas of Pyro. Certainly to do with the new mission locations for ASD and, you know, the continuation of the regen crisis, all the new sandbox locations that they've added to Pyro that you need a radiation suit to go to, and those you can buy in Pyro. Might store the ship.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
We'll log off to menu.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage.
So I can open the Life Uncharted log, and then we'll log back in and pay our expenses, and I think I'll call it there. 3.5 hours. Oh boy. 2:45. No, I have no other tabs open, Sexy Potap. I keep closing the freaking Google sheet. Let's exit out to menu and see what happens. Yeah, I keep closing the Google sheet, which is annoying. And now that there's no other tabs open at all, for some reason I can't Alt-Tab out. All right, let's see what happens now, hey? I can't even Alt-Tab out of here? Let's go back in. Because we got a little bit of admin we need to do. Control Shift Escape? I'll try that next time. Alright, whilst the game's getting us back in. Expenses. Oh, we didn't mark down how much the mission was. I'm pretty sure it was 43,000. So according to our expenses, a 43,000 credit mission incurs a guild fee. Oh, actually, we need to unlock the location, don't we? Where was it? Casillo. Yes. Casillo is unlocked. Expenses, which we incurred at, why is it not showing? Why is it not showing to me? Guild fee. I don't know why. We'll just put it at Lawville for the moment. We'll log that expense, and the guild fee was 25,800. Holy crap. 84,102 credits. I think we've lost money tonight. How? Gunslinger, my friend, how are you? How's the new patch? It's been it's super stable. You know, I was just saying before, Hurston looks different to me. It looks crisper. It looks sharper. Didn't have any lag. Didn't have any glitches. Crashed my ship because my sticks had been reversed. So as I took off out of my hangar, you know, I thought I was going forward. You know, I boosted up. You know, pitched up. And I thought I was, you know, flying off into the sunset. But I reversed straight back down into the station and blew up. Lost my ship. Incurred a $25,000 insurance excess fee. But the patch has been good. The patch has been good. I just check your keybinds, that's all. All right, so Control Shift Escape gives something to tab to, and depending on your settings, it can always be on top. Oh. This will make a task manager, which will give you a tab. Okay. Interesting. Control Shift Escape. It gives a task manager. Okay, cool. Yeah, Gunslinger, I've been impressed with the patch. It's been smooth, stable. We're having a small issue logging in at the moment, but there's the new missions on the left there. The ASD. ASD denies whistleblower claims. So the ASD locations are where you'll find the radiation. All right, let's have a look what's in our cash buck dollar-do account. 151,000. I'm pretty sure we're going to lose money. How? Yes, we have all of our expenses. This freaking insurance claim for the wreck was brutal. We've lost 25 grand there. But even with the guild fees, you know, we should... Activity log. This contract was completed, by the way. Oh, guild credits? No, that's not... 69,000 guild credits. That's ridiculous. Brutal. All right, let's have a quick look. So we've earned 10 reputation at Everest Harbour, and that's what we need to unlock the cargo deck. I don't know why it says I've unlocked one cargo deck, because the Lawville doesn't have a cargo deck. I'll have to check that. But we've got 10 rep points to spend at Everest Harbour to unlock a cargo deck, which means we can start selling loot there. Got 12 locations discovered. There's a lot of work that I need to do in terms of cleaning this up. I don't know why this... Oh, yeah, that's right. This should say 0. We haven't earned any guild reputation yet. The salvage contract was abandoned. The collection contract for Rayari was abandoned. 2 completed contracts. Expenses, 84,102. Anybody want that cashbuck dollary dues? If you do, put your username in chat and I shall wire you the money. Otherwise, I shall send it to my main account, Crouch, which will be used by him later on to pay whatever I need to pay when we start doing some actual missions. Walking away with a tier 3 left arm injury. We do have a fairly significant amount of loot to sell, and as I discussed during the episode, I do like the 2 ways of selling loot. Either I sell it through my own private contact, and I get the full cash buck dollary dues, or I sell it through my guild contact, and the guild will take whatever percentage according to my rank with the guild at the time. But they will also give me guild credits. So they'll take their fee, but then they'll also say, thank you for bringing us all this cool loot. Here's some cash buck dollary dues, as well as some reputation, i.e. guild credits, with the guild. and then I can use these guild credits to open up my Mobiglass and accept contracts whenever I like. All right, last call for anyone who wants this 84,102 credits. Otherwise, I'm going to transfer it to Crouch. But it's been super fun. I've really enjoyed the session tonight. As far as, you know, season 2 of A Life Uncharted, I'm really enjoying the pace. I'm enjoying, you know, right now we're just trying to earn reputation, you know, around Lawville. Oh, yeah, around Lawville or Hurston, I guess, and Everest Harbor. You know, these are our intro missions. This is, you know, the starter zones. And then we've slowly started unlocking locations. All right, so we're going to send that money to Crouch. 84,102 credits plus my 0.5% service fee. We'll send that over. All right, so let's pay all of our expenses. They've all been paid now. Why is this not working? D32 to D. Oh, it should be E. How many expenses have we paid so far? What? Oh yeah, this is not correct. Expenses. Expenses. What the? Yeah. Shouldn't matter that there's a filter active. Equals the sum of expenses E32 to E. E? Is there anything? No? Oh, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. C to C. All right, so we paid 95,101 credits in fees and charges and various expenses. All right, I want to keep working on the stats and all that sort of stuff. Playtesting notes from today. I need to add Pyro Discovery or Gateway Discovery. That I haven't added in yet at the moment. And then I think I'll have a couple more play sessions before I go through and I add in all of the content for Pyro. So, you know, all the locations and everything. I'm going to need to add in the mechanics for selling via a guild contact or a personal contact. But otherwise, you know, I'm really happy with how things are going. I need to put some stats in on my player profile for the number of abandoned or failed or completed activities. But I'm really enjoying it. Emily, you'd be sad if you had to pay that. All right, so what are we left with now that we've paid 67 grand? That's less than what we started with. How have we made no money? I mean, the ship crash, and then we had to buy all our armor and everything all over again. But I think we've actually lost money. How? On what? We've got a box of loot. We've got a box of loot. I'm not going to do it now. We'll do it in episode 4, but we need to go up to Everest Harbour. We'll take the boxes with us. We need to go up to Everest Harbour. We need to go over to the admin centre and talk to the man there about unlocking access to the cargo centre. Pay our credits. Pay our reputation, or cash in our reputation and pay our credits to unlock the cargo centre. Then we can sell those boxes of loot. And the first box that we got from the UGF that we did from the bunker, that I'm going to say there's 80 grand in that box. 85 grand in that box. The second one from Casillo, the distribution centre, I don't think we'll sell that. It's only 55% full. And the armor that we looted really wasn't terribly valuable, so we might hold on to that one. So we've got a loot box worth 85 grand. Outside of having to pay the bloody 25 grand for the ship to claim it back, and another 6 or 7 grand in equipment. So I guess there's the 30,000 credit profit we would have made from the 2 contracts that we completed. Again, 60% of that's going to the freaking guild right now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been absolutely wonderful having you hang out with me tonight. We've had a small group in tonight, which has been nice. I shall see everybody next time. Maybe tonight. Sounds like you slash every time you have to go to work. Oh, God. Appreciate everyone's support. Acorn gifted out a sub earlier on to Metaphysical One. Legendary support. It's been super fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this system way more than, a Life Uncharted V1. Keep tweaking and changing it. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to watch a little bit of YouTube and then go to bed. I shall see everyone tomorrow. Bye-bye. What is this about? Bye-bye.